Welcome back to Black Book's Tattoo Health. I really appreciate you joining along with the channel. Hopefully you're learning a few ins and outs about tattooing. Today I'll be going over something a lot of eager artists are willing to overlook: finding good and reputable shops to work with. I understand that it's difficult to even find an apprenticeship, let alone a shitty one. So with that said, strap in, grab a sketchbook, and listen up, because this video is for the aspiring tattoo artist.
I'm outstanding, but not outstanding for the bus like you fucks. Picture me broke, what is you nuts? It's the maestro, conduct the crime orchestras. Couldn't afford the crust, now we got enough bread to make your organs bust. Complexion of a lush, your first perception's plush. The man's scarred for life, infections wanna pus. Yucky.
Red flags. A good shop can turn you into a professional, well-rounded artist from the day you start. But beware that most shops these days will leave you out to dry. A shop running with 5 or more apprentices or something ridiculous like that is absolutely a glaring red flag. This means that this shop is sinking, or no reputable artists are willing to work with them. Basically the McDonald's of tattooing. Be wary of the environment. Observe the nooks and crannies. Has dirt and grime been pushed aside and built up for years? That should be a good analogy for their work ethic. It's absolutely unacceptable that shops like this exist. But they do. Far more than I can even comprehend. Notice how the staff interacts with each other. Are they hostile with each other? Do they joke around a lot or act unprofessional while they have clients waiting? Are they talking mad shit about clients, sometimes right in front of them? Does it look like they are at a legitimate business establishment or a clown college? Are they condescending because you are asking about working? Think about how you'd be treated in such an environment. Would you like to be trampled underfoot? If you happen to hook a lead on an apprenticeship, consider if it is a cash grab or a prospect. Some shops ask for thousands of dollars up front and have you sign a contract stipulating several outrageous terms. I will say, on the other hand, things like this happen due to shitty apprentices up and leaving without finishing their apprenticeship and abandoning their mentor. It happens, but toxic relationships or greed are usually the culprit. So it's really here or there. Consideration for the shop must be taken, so most times when scoping out a good place, it's in your best interest to get tattooed there and try to create a network. If you like getting tattooed at that shop, chances are you will enjoy working there, right? Why is it so hard to find an apprenticeship? If you want quality, you have to present quality. A lot of tattoo artists won't provide apprenticeships for a few reasons. It's an extra workload. They are now babysitting an adult, you. While maintaining their own schedule and workload, they have to watch you work and keep up with your schedule and make sure everything is going smoothly. So why not do the extra research, take initiative, and produce a high volume of work? Right there, you're making your mentor's life 80% easier. Don't expect mentors to hold your hand just because you're paying them. That's selfish as fuck. They believe the industry is too saturated. I'm on the fence about this, but I'm leaning more in belief every year. There is enough work for everyone. The demand is there, and tattoos are mainstream. However, with the ease of access to equipment, 5 apprentice tattoo shops, and the astronomical amount of copycats ripping off other people's work, it isn't hard to believe how utterly saturated it has become. Some truly untalented people are joining the industry as just blue collars, not artists. With this in mind, some serious regulations are going to be set in place as tattooing becomes more and more entitled and saturated. It's the typical case of mainstream people ruining everything. Apprentices not taking the industry seriously. Like mentioned before, apprentices are either getting greedy or seem to think they are ready to go off when they deem acceptable. Not the mentor. As impatience sets in, they take advantage, and apprentices do not follow their lead. They seek out other shops to gain more information. I don't disagree with gaining another perspective, but then again, why would you start your apprenticeship just to burn a bridge? This is why you'll get trapped in shoddy contracts. If you want to tattoo, your commitment should be your priority. So do yourself a favor and get on top of it. What value are you bringing other than monetary? Your work isn't strong enough. It's as cut and dry as that. Your work isn't up to par. You have not built good habits. You are not determined. Anecdotally, I once had a young man come in who showed me his portfolio of Pinterest flash. He said to me, if he wanted to, he could do better, and those were easy. He did them in minutes. So I asked him to draw me a dragon, big, and paint it, and do it fast, like the others. That was in April of 2022. I never did see that young man again. So what was stopping him from doing better? He said he could. Was he lying to me? His portfolio was painfully bare. I guess he thought he'd make it along with every other person that thinks tattooing is about being a rich artist. It's like any other form of academy. You have to study and work hard for years before you see the fruits of your labor. It amazes me that with all of the free information available online, how many people know absolutely fuck all about the industry they want to take a trial version of. That's how I know these people are money hungry, not passionate. You didn't build a rapport with your mentor? Just because you have established a professional relationship doesn't mean you're going to vibe with your mentor. You need to understand that mentors are trying their best to pass down their knowledge and want to make sure you stick around to work with them. This is why the industry has a lot of gatekeeping. They are investing their legacy in you. Of course, if your mentor is acting inappropriately, that's obviously grounds to dismiss yourself. It's important to build a good rapport. Be professional, show you are committed and will stay with them, as well as a good friend and not just an ass-kissing bootlicker. Get to know them outside of tattooing a bit. I've had one apprentice who treated me like I was just a paid teacher with no soul. Like it was my job to teach them. No respect, no communication, and it felt like they dreaded coming to the shop. That's why I personally won't do them ever again. Measuring artists' skill level? The proof is in the work. But it's possible for even a reputable artist to fob up. The key is consistency. They probably focus on one style and rarely stray, although if they do, they can execute another style very well. Good shops usually have artists that are well-rounded and diverse in style. That makes up a successful team. So ask yourself, what will you contribute to that team? If you come across a shop where all the artists are doing the exact same or similar style, not necessarily content, then they probably all taught each other how to tattoo by copying other artists on TikTok and circle jerk each other all day. Remember to be honest with yourself and constantly shit on your own work. That's right, be critical. It's even better if you get others to criticize your work, harsh or constructive. Good artists at good shops will do that. If someone isn't as good as you, they'll generally find good things to say. Look, it's not about building thick skin or you're too sensitive or any of that bullshit. So what if someone's opinion is a little harsh? Criticism is fucking gold. Someone out there actually gives enough of a shit to tell you what they think of your work. So get off your dang dinosaur already and take the advice. It's the only way you'll grow as anything, really. That's the bald-faced truth. These are things you need to think about when propositioning a hard-working tattoo artist to give up their time for you. That's what you should notice about tattoo shops. Pardon me if this video came off as a bit of a rant. However, don't be surprised if shops don't notice you. You have many resources, so you really have no excuses. Well, that's about all I have for today. Thanks again for stopping by, and I hope you got through the video all right. Keep an eye out for the next one, and as always, make sure you seek out an apprenticeship and advice from professionals. Stay sanitary, planet Earth.